The city of Essen is this politician's hometown. But since the German election, Karl-Heinz Endruschat, a social democrat, says he doesn't recognize it. In the past, his party usually won an easy majority, but this time just 28%. Many of Endruschat's neighbors told him they were voting for the far-right AfD party.
They said, we come from a family that's always voted SPD, but we voted AfD because we felt we needed to send a strong signal. We have to win back these voters. If we just sit around another 4 years, that's not going to happen.
Endruschat is at pains to find out how to get his constituents back in his camp, at least in the industrial city of Essen. Even in his neighborhood pub, he runs into AfD sympathizers.
I would have voted for the AfD too, but you know what? I threw away my ballot paper, and that was it. The police don't even dare to get out of their car at our local rail station, although there's 2 of them.
In Essen, crime is rising. Unemployment is at 11%. 40% of the residents are migrants, and the city is broke. There's little the municipal government can do to solve these problems as the far right makes inroads into what was once a social democrat bastion. Yet the industrial Ruhr Valley is often touted as a model for successful integration of hundreds of thousands of foreigners who were once known as guest workers. At an anti-racism rally in Essen, Germans and migrants are protesting against the rise of the AfD. Many migrants are concerned.
The AfD will try to stop us holding events like this, supporting integration and against racism. That will increase tension, and this tension will influence how the residents coexist together. It will be a negative influence.
The AfD's members celebrated their triumph at a party in Berlin on Sunday.
AfD 13%.
Harald Parussell likes to replay this scene on his computer. Parussell is an AfD functionary in Essen. A one-time SPD member, he felt the party wasn't addressing his concerns anymore. They wouldn't allow him to express doubts about the country's refugee policy. He says he's no racist. After all, he's been teaching immigrants' children for years. But he also understands some AfD members' demands that the country finally put its Nazi past to bed.
I've got the feeling that society nurtures a kind of pride in our guild. Every time a German shows budding patriotism, they get out a big swastika and bang it over his head.
Then television news reports discord in the AfD's parliamentary party 1 day after the election. Parussell is bewildered, and suddenly he's no longer certain that his party will exist 4 years from now.
That's a major rumble, really major.
SPD man Endruschat couldn't care less about the AfD's internal squabbles. He wants voters in his constituency to regain their faith in democracy. He's doing that by initiating an anti-litter campaign. People should get the feeling here that politicians care about them.
What do you think of the election result?
We'll see what happens.
Do you have any hopes?
Hope springs eternal.
There's not much more Karl-Heinz Endruschat can do other than hope the SPD's fortunes improve. What is clear after the vote is that nothing in Essen is as it used to be.